Hello, I'm Doug Carroll from Lambert Cybersecurity, and I'm going to be walking you through how to install Kubernetes on an Apple M1 running in a Linux VM on Parallels. We'll be installing MiniKube, and the reason why we're even installing it is we're also going to be installing Kubernetes Goat. So if you see this, I'm basically following these instructions that are from the MiniKube website, and then we'll be jumping into the Kubernetes Goat website to install this. However, there are a few differences. The M1 architecture caused a few problems, but I'll be showing you how I went ahead and installed these. So what we have is a distro of Linux running in Parallels, as I mentioned. It's a fairly fresh version. Nothing extra has been installed on it at this point. So the first thing that we need to do is install a container manager. You can pick from a few different ones. I decided just to use Docker. So we'll go ahead and install Docker. All right. So I need to be able to run Docker as a regular user. So I am going to create a Docker group. And I don't know why I'm typing stuff when I can just be cutting and pasting. So we'll add that to the group. And let's go ahead and start Docker. That'll create the files down at Etsy that we need, because one of the first things we're going to need to do is edit. Well, let me show you. Um, if we look at the Docker info, you can see the storage is set up to BTRFS. If you try to go ahead and run MiniKube, you're going to get an error that this won't work. I tried it, and sure enough, it didn't work. But you need to change that storage to overlay 2. So let's go ahead and edit that. This will be a new file, most likely. And overlay 2. All right, let's go ahead and restart Docker. And let's confirm that the storage is correct. Storage driver is now overlay 2. Okay. So next step is we actually download MiniKube. So right from their website, if you pick your architecture, which is Linux, I said I'm on an M1, so that's ARM64. And I had the best luck with the RPM package on this particular Linux distro. So let's go ahead and pull the files down and install it. Okay, so it's installed. So let's start it. MiniKube start. Okay, so this may take a couple minutes. It's very likely if you're doing a different distro or a different architecture, you're going to run into problems, probably here. Initially, as I'm trying to get this to work, had a lot of different errors I had to work through. It gives great feedback though. It actually tells you some commands to run to take a look and troubleshoot at the errors, journal CTL, things like that. It'll warn you when things aren't likely to work, like with the storage that I had to change. And oftentimes it tells you exactly the command to run, or what needs to be changed. So I had very good luck with the feedback I received from this starting MiniKube up. But hopefully it'll just work this time and we'll be able to launch it. Okay, it's booting up the control plane. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the dashboard. The dashboard should launch up in your web browser. All right, there it is. Kubernetes is running. It's on our local host. There is nothing there though. We don't have any containers running in Kubernetes yet. So now we can jump into actually installing um, the GOAT applications. So you have to have kubectl um, installed. I've just been using the MiniKube kubectl. It works fine. Didn't have any issues there. The one, I'll show you the one issue that I did have, which I haven't bothered to figure out yet, but I have a nice workaround that I'm happy with. I'll go ahead and alias minikube kubectl dash dash to kube control kubectl. So now I can just execute kubectl like I actually have it installed. All right, so part of the install scripts for the Kubernetes Goat is you're going to need Helm. So let's go ahead and grab that. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the Goat software. We're just going to clone that repo. Okay. Let's go into that directory. You can see that we pulled down that repo. So we're going to be using two scripts inside of this repo, the setup Kubernetes and then the access Kubernetes. There's also the teardown as well, but I'll let you guys worry about that. So one of the issues that I had is with kubectl, I couldn't get my aliases to work out right inside of the bash script. So I'm sure some people are going to be screaming right now when they see what I'm going to do. But like I said, it works for me. So I'm just going to substitute kubectl with mini cube ctl dash dash globally. So I'm just going to replace every instance of kubectl with minikubectl dash dash in this script. So it did it 17 times. And I'm going to do the same thing for the access script. Kubectl with minikube kubectl globally. Okay, so now I should be able to run setup Kubernetes. Have a typo there. So I'm going to replace kubectl with kubectl globally. And try that again. Okay, so it's starting to deploy these pods into the workload cluster, I guess that's what it would be called. So it is starting to deploy these. So we'll probably start seeing some of these applications start running. Right now they're all pending. We'll give it a minute. I don't think it actually matters for the next step, but why not wait? I'm not in a hurry. You can also run kubectl commands. Again, that's just alias to minikubes, kubectl. And we can see that it's creating these containers. Some of them are still in the process of being created. So they're starting to come up. We'll go ahead and wait. Looks like they're coming up. All right, the system monitor one actually errored out. Crash loop back off. All right, well, we won't worry about that. It happened last time as well. I haven't taken a look at it yet. All right, so now that that's working mostly, let's go ahead and run the access Kubernetes goat script. And I wonder if I messed up that one as well. I forgot to put the dash dash. So what we're going to do is have to do a substitute. kubectl with kubectl dash dash globally. And we'll try it again. All right, there we go. It set up the port forwarding. So now I can go to this port inside a web browser. And I can see that Kubernetes goat is now running. I can jump in and start doing some of these lessons now. That's it. Thanks for your time, and have a good day.